back underneath my car.
How'd you get on the other side? Wasn't it too rutted out for your vehicle?
No, this thing does pretty well with the all-wheel
really?
drive. Yeah, I was hunting earlier down south in the. That's why I have my shotgun.
Okay.
And then
anything?
no, and then I'm just exploring out here to see if there's any deer. I see some tracks on the road when I first came up. So then I just...
On December 23, 2023, Game Warden Austin Smith of the California Department of Fish and Wildlife encountered Luke, the owner of the Luke's Outdoor Adventure YouTube channel, on an access road outside of San Diego, California. According to Luke, he had been hunting earlier that day, and he drove his vehicle through an open gate to reach the road, intending to ride the e-bike that he had brought with him after a mapping application showed the surrounding area to be Cleveland National Forest land, and he observed other vehicles entering through the same gate. Luke had turned his vehicle around to leave when Warden Smith approached him. The interaction that followed was captured on Luke's phone.
Just for protection. I'm not hunting with those. I've had some run-ins with migrants, and I just keep them just for protection. That's a steel number 6.
Okay, and then what I'm going to do is make sure there's no other firearms in the vehicle.
That's okay.
You live here local or?
Yeah.
And you said you stopped to like readjust your bike?
Yeah, the straps are coming loose, so I just ratcheted it back up.
Were you hunting on your e-bike earlier?
Earlier, yeah.
You got your hunting license and everything?
Yeah, I do. Yes, sir.
Do you mind if I check that out?
It's in my backpack.
Okay.
In the front seat.
Okay. Do you mind if my partner checks it out?
No, go ahead. It's in my wallet. It's in an orange little case in my wallet.
In his backpack. His hunting license.
And where's your backpack?
It's in the front seat.
Just gonna make sure you're legal.
No, that's totally fine.
In here?
It should be.
Oh.
Yes, right there.
Okay, let me open it in front of you.
That's fine. Yeah, it's in the orange where the money's at.
Right here?
Yeah. And then it's all in there.
Okay. Are you a Utah resident or?
I'm a California resident. I have a business in Utah.
Got it. Okay, going back in your wallet and put your wallet back in your backpack.
Okay, thank you.
You gonna find another spot this morning and go hunting?
I think I'm gonna head home. Yeah. I was in the... And I saw some deer tracks. I've never seen any deer out there, but
Oh, cool.
there was some... I was looking for a rabbit, but nothing.
Got it.
Yeah. I don't think...
Rabbit or-
Warden Smith tells Luke that if there is a firearm in the vehicle, law enforcement has the authority to inspect it to confirm that it's unloaded. And when Luke offers to retrieve the shotgun himself, the warden declines, removes it from the vehicle to check it, and then looks through the vehicle for additional firearms and checks Luke's hunting license. Section 2012 of the California Fish and Game Code requires that a hunting license be exhibited on demand to any officer authorized to enforce the code. So that request was almost certainly within the warden's authority. As for the firearm, Section 25850 of the California Penal Code, which prohibits carrying a loaded firearm on the person or in a vehicle while in any public place, also authorizes peace officers to examine a firearm carried on the person or in a vehicle to determine whether it is loaded. Notably, this statute was found to be unconstitutional by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in the 2026 case of Baird v. Bonta, but it remained in full effect at the time of this 2023 encounter. The broader search of the vehicle for additional firearms is a separate matter. matter, because an inspection to confirm that a shotgun is unloaded does not by itself authorize a general search of the interior, and any justification would have to rest on either probable cause or an exception to the probable cause requirement, such as a protective search for officer safety. In the 1983 case of Michigan v. Long, the United States Supreme Court held that an officer may search the passenger compartment for weapons when the officer has a reasonable belief, based on specific facts, that the individual is dangerous and may gain immediate control of a weapon. Now, whether that standard is satisfied here depends on the facts available to Warden Smith at the time, and if a court were to find that Luke's cooperation, his disclosure of the shotgun and its location, and his denial of any other firearms did not supply a specific and articulable basis to believe that Luke was dangerous and could gain immediate control of another weapon, then the search of the vehicle beyond the inspection of the disclosed shotgun could be found unlawful.
What about down there?
Yeah.
So the gate might be open right now because they're duck hunting, and like I said, if you have a permit, then you can duck hunt on the
Okay.
lake.
I don't duck hunt.
I know, but I'm saying that's why the gate's probably open. But this is a closed area. Let me call the employee and see if the gate's open.
Okay. Yeah, I was just using my Gaia maps, so I figured I was about halfway, and I was like, well, I'll just try to shoot out the top.
You're using what maps?
The Gaia
Guide?
maps.
Gaia.
It just shows public lands.
That's the one with the mountain on it, right? The little...
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't show a gate on the map, so that's why I just kept going.
So it showed it was city property.
It just showed Cleveland National Forest.
Okay, this is the city of San Diego. Cleveland National Forest is up on the mountain.
Okay.
What's your voicemail? Okay, how about your IDs in your wallet?
To be honest with you, I was just trying to get out of here at this point.
Yeah, well, the problem is you're not supposed to be in here.
Okay.
That's what we're...
Because the map showed an easement.
There's no easement. You want to grab your ID from me real fast?
Sure. So you can't even pass through?
No. And the gates are always locked, except for they keep it open for the hunters on Saturday mornings.
That's probably why it was open. Because I've never been.
I mean, I'm actually... Hey, dude. Hey, is the gate open back by Barrett Lake Road? Yule. Hey, is the gate open back by Barrett Lake Road? By the dam. Okay, well, there's a guy in here, and he claimed he came in through that way. It's locked? It's locked? Okay, all right. Then we'll deal with it then. Okay, thanks. Okay, do you have a key or a combo or something like that to get through that gate?
No.
So if we go back there right now, it's going to be...
You just said it was locked. But earlier...
You said it was locked.
Earlier it was open. That's how I got through.
I mean, he's the employee, and he actually comes back from that way. That's how he gets into the property. So he's the only one that accesses through Barrett Lake Road. So, I mean, I would trust his judgment if it's open or closed, right?
I mean, it's
he
been a few hours.
Locked. So do you have a combo? There's a combo on?
No, sir.
Do you have a key, like a
No,
SDG key?
No, sir. You can
Okay.
check my keys. I have no keys.
Okay, let me talk to my partner real fast.
Okay.
We'll figure out, okay? Then we'll get you out of here.
Okay.
Okay, so basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to issue a citation for being on closed city property, okay? Like I explained before, you can't be here without a permit. Sounds like you had an application.
Warden Smith informs Luke that he will be issuing a citation for trespassing on closed city property, describing it as an infraction comparable to a parking or speeding ticket. The most likely basis is Section 602.8 of the California Penal Code, which makes it a public offense, punishable as an infraction for a first offense, to willfully enter uncultivated and unenclosed land where signs forbidding trespass are posted at intervals of not less than 3 per mile along all exterior boundaries and at every every road and trail entering the land. Although Warden Smith refers to a municipal fine, an infraction of this kind is defined by state law, with a base fine fixed by statute and additional assessments imposed through the county court system. Because the city property appeared to be unenclosed and uncultivated, the validity of the citation depended on whether the posting requirement was met. If land is properly posted, Section 602.8 requires only that the entry be willful. And under Section 7 of the California Penal Code, willful refers to the voluntary act of entering rather than to any knowledge that entry was forbidden, with the posting requirement rather than the individual state of mind establishing the violation. Accordingly, if signs were posted as the statute requires, a court would likely find that the elements of Section 602.8 were established, and if it was not, the citation would be vulnerable to challenge on the ground that the statutory notice condition was not met.
We're game wardens, right? Our job
I understand.
is to enforce hunting fish regulations.
I respect
This
you guys.
property-
I want to be a warden.
This property is filled with quail, dove, deer. So we have lots of problems with people coming in here and hunting, and they're not supposed to be hunting here, right? And that's, you were hunting earlier today. This is exactly why we patrol through here, is to keep people out of here that aren't supposed to be hunting here.
Okay. That makes sense.
All throughout, what's over here, there's signs that say no trespassing.
Yeah.
Fence along
Earlier
the side.
I was scouting new areas, and everything was like, no, close.
Okay.
So I was just driving around, and then
So you saw from over.
I'm familiar with this. That's where I usually go.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to. That's why I went to trying to find a new area.
Okay. Then
explore around.
Then you reasonably should have known you shouldn't be on this road, right? If you saw from over earlier.
I wasn't up there earlier.
Well,
I'm just
at some
saying,
point,
in the
you said
past, trying to find a new area.
Okay. Then
explore around.
You reasonably should have known you shouldn't be on this road, right? If you saw from over earlier.
I wasn't up there earlier.
Well,
I'm just
at some
saying,
point,
in the
you said
past.
you saw those signs.
That's
right?
where I usually go, and I was just looking for a new location to hunt.
Either
I'm a
way-
new hunter. I'm just trying to find spots.
Okay, either way, you're kind of telling me that you had knowledge prior to coming out here too. You're not supposed to be out here, period. Doesn't matter. So what I'm doing is, this is what we do. This is what we regulations.
I understand.
enforce, okay.
If you want to go with the warning, I understand.
Okay, it'll be just a few minutes, and we'll see you on your way. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Luke asks Warden Smith to let him off with a warning, explaining that he did not know he was not permitted in the area, and Warden Smith declines and proceeds with the citation, telling Luke that the area is heavily used by individuals who hunt where they are not supposed to, and that Luke reasonably should have known that he was not permitted on the road, given the no trespassing signs that Luke admitted seeing in the surrounding area. In the 2018 case of District of Columbia v. Westby, the Supreme Court held that an officer assessing probable cause is not required to accept an individual's innocent explanation for their conduct, and that probable cause is measured by the totality of the circumstances, rather than by whether an innocent account has been ruled out. Warden Smith was therefore not obligated to credit Luke's claim that he had entered through an open gate and believed that the land was public, particularly after he called the property employee responsible for the gate and was told that it was locked. Additionally, because, as we discussed earlier in this episode, Section 602.8 of the California Penal Code reaches the willful act of entering posted or enclosed land and does not require knowledge that entry was forbidden, Luke's asserted ignorance would not have supplied a defense, even if fully credited, and it bore only on the discretionary choice between issuing a warning and issuing a citation. A court would likely find that Warden Smith's refusal to accept the innocent explanation and his decision to proceed with the citation fell within his lawful authority.
Then
Yeah.
be registered too. Do you have a California driver's license or just Utah?
Just Utah. I got a question for you.
Sure.
Do you do lobsters?
Yeah.
The lobster regulations, it says it has to be equal or greater than 3 1/4.
The carapace?
The carapace. So if it fits within the gauge, if it fits perfectly within the gauge, is that legal or illegal?
Yeah, if it's perfectly on the gauge and it doesn't move at all, it doesn't wiggle, then that would be.
It's legal.
Size.
Say that again?
It'd be legal. It'd be the exact
Oh,
minimum
okay,
size.
okay.
I'll run it for you. Yeah, she's wait for her to return on the 27th. Clear bed. Clear bed. Okay, what's your address?
Yes, sir. Do you know how much the fine is?
I don't. It's a municipal code, so those are usually a cheaper fine, but I couldn't tell you for sure. And what year's your Outback?
99. It's a Legacy, not an Outback.
Okay. So Outback Legacy, I guess.
I guess maybe that's what it is then. Yeah.
Shotgun's registered, John.
Okay. I'm done with it then. Thanks.
Were there any successful duck hunters this morning, or?
We're going in right now, so we'll find out.
I'll put this back for you, Pisser.
Okay.
Do you hoop net for lobster or you dive?
I hoop net. My friend dives though.
Okay. Nice. Off a boat or?
Yeah. My dad has a boat. Yeah.
Okay, here's your driver's license.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is a citation for trespassing on city property, okay? Just
Okay.
signature in the box here. It's not any guilt, just promise to take care of it. Okay. You want to hold this?
Yeah, sure.
There you go, it'll be easier. Yeah, your information's on top of there.
I'm just-
You wanna
yeah.
Verify your address. Give you a copy. Do you have any questions for me? You should
No,
receive
sir.
something in the mail in about a month or two. It'll give you directions on how to handle the citation, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So I
And then-
should see get it in the mail.
Yes, you should.
Okay.
To that address.
There's nothing online to check it out.
You can.
You
so
can?
You got to wait till the court puts it into their system.
Okay.
But you can actually search your citation online through your citation number right here. Okay.
This
so
top
San
number?
Diego Superior Court, and then do citation lookup. You just
Okay.
Google that, it'll pop up, and you can enter the citation number in. You
Okay.
Right online, so I'm gonna do that instead rather than appearing.
Okay.
And then to get out of here, just drive straight out. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
No.
No.
No. I
Okay.
apologize for the mistake.
No, it's okay. I appreciate your cooperation, and
Yeah.
hey, you know, ask, you know.
Luke shared his recording of this encounter on his YouTube channel, and on January 5th, 2025, he published an update video. According to the video, Luke challenged the citation in court, where Warden Smith appeared and testified for roughly an hour. Relying on a binder of materials that described an area Luke says that he never entered, photographs of posted no trespassing signs, and references to the website's prohibitions on trespassing and hunting. Luke states that he told the judge that he had entered through a different and unposted entrance, that the gate was open, that he had seen other vehicles accessing the area, and that he was traveling rather than hunting. According to Luke, the judge found him guilty of the trespassing citation, but reduced the fine because he had already posted bail. Luke also acknowledged that he was, in fact, on City of San Diego property, which he did not realize at the time of the encounter. Overall, Warden Smith gets a B- for conducting himself with professionalism and restraint throughout the encounter, lawfully inspecting the firearm and hunting license, and issuing a citation he was not required to abandon in the face of an innocent explanation, all while potentially extending his search of the vehicle beyond the disclosed shotgun without specific facts establishing a threat to his safety or probable cause. Warden Smith remained calm and measured from the outset. He kept the encounter controlled, and he never allowed his tone or conduct to escalate the situation. His authority to examine a firearm in a vehicle to confirm that it is unloaded and to demand a hunting license was well established, and because each check revealed no violation, handling and then returning the shotgun himself fell within the bounds of that inspection authority. Additionally, his decision to cite rather than warn was within his discretion, and while a warning would have been a reasonable response to Luke's entry, his stated concern about the area's persistent illegal hunting was a legitimate basis for proceeding with the citation, particularly given the fact that it was just an infraction. An officer assessing probable cause cause is not obligated to accept a citizen's innocent explanation, and the trespass turned on the willful act of entering posted land, rather than on knowledge that entry was forbidden. So Luke's account of the open gate and his belief that the land was public neither defeated probable cause nor supplied a defense, a conclusion that was reinforced by the employee's assertion that the gate was locked. The more questionable aspect of his conduct was extending the search to look for additional firearms after the disclosed shotgun had already been checked, because a protective search of the passenger compartment requires specific and articulable facts that the individual is dangerous and could reach a weapon. And Luke's cooperation, his voluntary disclosure of the shotgun and its location, and his denial of any other firearms supplied very little evidence to satisfy that standard, leaving that portion of the search open to challenge. Luke gets a B+ for maintaining a calm and respectful demeanor throughout the encounter, seeking to decline the searches and later pursuing a legal challenge to the citation, while also volunteering a substantial amount of information that he had no obligation to provide. Luke complied with the warden's instructions, answered questions without hostility, and never escalated, which kept the encounter stable, and it afforded Warden Smith no additional justification for his actions. He stated that he did not consent to the searches, an assertion of his rights that retained meaning even though the initial firearm inspection did not depend on his consent. And, rather than resisting on the road, he later brought the citation before a court, which is the appropriate forum for contesting the basis for a charge. His clearest misstep here was volunteering extensive detail about where he had been, what he was doing, and his earlier hunting, none of which he was obligated to share, and that volume of information gave the warden considerably more to scrutinize than a measured response would have. This interaction highlights how composure and the deliberate assertion of rights can preserve a citizen's ability to challenge potential constitutional violations, while the unnecessary volunteering of information can undercut that same individual by widening the scope of an officer's inquiry. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching,